Good evening, students. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the rest events of sexual reproduction. In the last video, we have already discussed about the pre-fertilization changes. Now we will see fertilization and post-fertilization changes. So we will start with fertilization. Fertilization is a term in which fusion of male and female gametes takes place. And this fusion leads to the formation of zygote. This term is also known as syngamy. The syngamy is made up of two words. First is syn and second one is gamy, where syn means together and gamy means fusion. So when fusion takes place, that term is called as syngamy. In some of the organisms, formation of new organism takes place without the fusion of female gametes, and that process is called parthenogenesis. You can see here in the picture sperm plus egg that will form zygote. Sperm, which have the haploid set of chromosome, and egg, which is also having the haploid set of chromosome, both combines, fuse together and form zygote, which will have the diploid set of chromosome. So here fusion takes place, that means syngamy occurs. Another example we have taken where some of the organisms are developing without fertilization. Here you can see if the egg do not fertilize, it will form the drones. It is an example of honeybee in which some of the eggs gets fertilized to form workers and queen bee, and some of the eggs do not fertilized, and those unfertilized eggs will develop into the drones. So here in some of the organisms, fertilization takes place, and in some of them, without fertilization, new organisms can be developed. Now, on the basis of fertilization, the development process is of several types. First one is internal fertilization and internal development. That is one of the pattern of reproduction in some of the organisms. Second one is internal fertilization and external development. And the third one is external fertilization and external development. We can understand these processes with the help of these examples. Very first example is of human beings. In the human beings, fertilization takes place inside the female's body as well as zygote, embryo, and the total new organism develops inside the female's body. So here fertilization is also internal and development is also internal. So that pattern is called as internal fertilization and internal development. So including human beings, most of the mammals having such type of reproductive pattern. Now we'll go to the second type, that is internal fertilization and external development. We will see the another example of tortoise. Here the fertilization is taking place inside the female's body, but the developmental process occurs outside the body. So for the developmental process, zygote develops a calcareous cell. Calcareous cell that is made up of calcium carbonate. Inside that calcareous cells, that zygote undergoes differentiation process, and that leads to the development of a new individual. So here fertilization is taking place inside the organism's body, but the developmental process that occurs outside the body. That is why that pattern is called internal fertilization and external development. Third example we have taken for frogs. Here the mode of reproduction, that is sexual, but the fertilization process, that is external, and development process is also external. So that mode is called external fertilization and external development. In the case of frogs as well as the fishes, including some amphibians also, male and female, both lays their sperms and ovum inside some medium, specifically the water medium, and then eggs and sperms fuses inside the water and develops into the zygote. So here fertilization is also taking place outside the body of the organism, as well as the development process that also takes place outside the female's body. That is why that pattern is called external fertilization and external development. Now we'll discuss the third types of events, that is post fertilization events. That means all the events which are taking place after the process of fertilization. Very first one is zygote formation. That means after the fusion of male and female gametes, the single cellular body is called zygote. So zygote is formed. And second one is embryogenesis and organogenesis. Zygote undergoes rapid mitotic division just to form the embryo. Zygote, which is a single cellular body, divides mitotically to form two cellular body. Then that two celled structures again divide to form four celled structures. Then like this, it reaches to 32 celled stage. That 32 celled stage is called embryo, and that developmental process or that formation of that embryo, that is called embryogenesis. Then that embryo rapidly undergoes a differentiation process just to form different organs. That means during embryogenesis and organogenesis, two important processes takes place. First one, that is the type of division, which is called mitosis, and the second process is cell differentiation. So why this mitosis and cell differentiation takes place? Mitosis is required just to increase the number of cells. That means to increase the number of cells, mitosis is required. We all know that after the process of mitosis, always identical cells are formed. So to increase the number of same type of cell, zygote undergoes mitosis. And cell differentiation. Differentiation is a specific uh, criteria of the cell in which cells gets specialized just to perform certain functions. So in that certain functions, there is formation of specific types of organs. So here zygote undergoes cell differentiation. Why? Just to modify all the cells into different types of tissues as well as the organs. That is why that term cell differentiation is required. So in that post-fertilization events, very first zygote gets formed, then second one, that zygote develops into embryo, and then after the rapid mitotic division and cell differentiation, that embryo will develop into a new individuals with the help of the formation of new organs. So this is post fertilization events. So on the basis of the development of zygote, animals are of two types. First one, oviparous animal, and second one, that is viviparous animals. Oviparous animals are specifically those animals who lay eggs. In the previous sections, we have discussed that some of the organisms lay their eggs. So zygote develops inside the eggs, and that eggs are laid by the animals. So those animals are called oviparous animals. For example, birds, for example, some of the amphibians. Some of the animals directly give birth to the new ones, and that is called viviparous animals. And the terminology which we use for animals is ovipary and vivipary. So zygote develops in animals by these two special criteria. First one is ovipary and second one is vivipary. But in animals, zygote is formed inside the ovule, which is present inside the ovary. So when fusion takes place, after that fusion, zygote will develop into a embryo and the ovule will develop into seed. And the ovule and zygote which lies inside the ovary, that ovary develops into the fruit. So that type of developmental changes takes place in plants after the process of fertilization. Zygote will develop into embryo, which is also called as a baby plant. Ovule will develop into seeds and the ovary will develop into fruits. As the ovary matures into a fruit, it develops a thick wall. When ovary matures into fruit, it will develop a very thick wall which is protective in nature, that is called pericarp. So that protective layer which develops by the fruit inside the ovary, that is called pericarp. You can see in this picture how fruit gets developed. The seed will have endosperm, embryo and seed coat as their part, and that pericarp, this thick layer which is very protective in nature, it will also have three different layers. The outer one is called exocarp, middle one is called mesocarp, and the layer which is in contact with the seed is called endocarp. So that pericarp will develop after the process of fertilization in the plants, which is a part of fruits. So this is all about the post-fertilization changes in animals as well as in plants. So in next video, we are going to see how sexual reproduction takes place in plants. Thank you.